Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to TV8's Good Morning Vail for this Monday, May 22nd edition. I cannot believe we are already 22 days into May. It feels like this month has just flown by as we've been gearing up for all of the incredible things that come in the summer season. I'm your in-studio host today, Maddie Evans, and we've got a great show in store for you for the next 2 hours of Good Morning Vail. Now, we've got some fun national holidays to celebrate today. The first one being National Buy an Instrument Day. So if you're someone who's maybe always wanted to learn how to play the guitar or the piccolo, well then today's a great day to go get your hands on one and enjoy your new instrument. It is also National Boss Babes Day. So to all of you boss babes out there, I hope you celebrate yourself just a little bit extra today. And World Paloma Day. So if you love that grapefruit cocktail, well then today's a great day to get one of those as well. Like I said, we've got a great show in store for you for the next 2 hours of Good Morning Vail. Not only are we going to be showing you some highlights from Good Day Vail with our very own Ceci Zak, but we're also going to do some fishing down on the river with Mark Sassi. We're going to take you over to the Revival Spa with Gretchen Pleshaw with Glitz and Glam, and then of course we're going to be bringing you a look at that local weather forecast since we did see some precipitation overnight last night and then, over the weekend, and then we saw some beautiful sunshine last night and yesterday. That sunset was incredible, so I hope you got out there to enjoy it. Now, if you're looking for something to do today with the family, well, there's still some great options. The Eagle Valley Library District is partnering up with Walking Mountain Science Center to bring you nature hikes, and this is a great way for you to take the kiddos down to Gypsum, maybe play in the sun a little bit, but also to learn about our wonderful ecosystem and our environment and what goes on down in Gypsum. So you can go to their website, walkingmountainscience.org. This is taking place at 10:15 this morning. It is free for everyone to go and attend, but you do have to register online, and so you can just go to their events page, find this one, pick the date of the time that you would like to go, or today I should say, and then you can participate in all of the fun. Now, this is a special way to just be outside with the kiddos and learn with everyone. Now, if you are someone who's maybe starting to struggle with something as we're still in that slower season, and maybe you're someone who constantly has to be in motion, well, Speak Up Reach Out is doing a wonderful webinar called Let's Talk About That, and it's happening tonight. So you can go to their website for some more information. Now, this is an online virtual event. It's taking place over the course of 2 hours, and it's really a support group for anything that you need. So if there's something that's weighing heavily on you, well, then you can go and you can talk about that with the team at Speak Up Reach Out and some other wonderful community members. This is taking place again from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. tonight. Now, the Eagle Valley Library District also has their Eagle Book Club taking place. So if you have yet to kind of jump in and join the fun with the book clubs, well, you can still do so. And tonight at Eagle, it is kicking off at 6:30 p.m. It's going to go until 7:30 p.m. And it's a great way to get over there and enjoy talking about this incredible book. The book is Still Life. And if you're someone who's interested in joining the book club, well, then you can always go attend, kind of discuss this one with them, even if you haven't read it, and then you can be there for the next book club because they reassign the books each time they meet up for book club. Now, some other things that we do want to mention is the countdown to GoPro Mountain Games is on right now. So if you have not registered for any of the events that you would like to participate in, well, then today is a great day to get online and do so. It's Joes versus pros out there, whether you want to do some mountain biking, whether you want to do some trail running, whatever the thing that you would like to compete in, there's something for everyone. 17 days away from the kickoff of the GoPro Mountain Games, and there's a ton of fun music and other activities taking place with this. So make sure that you go to summer.mountaingames.com for some more information. Now, speaking of concerts and music that we've got coming, not only does the Villar Performing Arts Center have a bunch of great concerts and shows coming up, but as well as the Ford Amphitheater. So you can check out both websites. That way you can buy your tickets to all of the fun, and to see the entire overview of what the Vail Valley Foundation has happening in our community, you can go to vvf.org and click on that events tab. This is just some of the shows that are scrolling at the bottom of the screen that's taking place at the Ford Amphitheater. And of course, we're all really excited for hot summer nights to make their way back to the community for us to all get out there and enjoy some free live music. Now, let's take a look at that local weather forecast for today. We are expecting to see those temperatures just a little bit cooler first thing this morning. 49 degrees around 8 a.m., high of 68. Now, we are expecting to see a 50% chance of rainfall throughout the course of this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies to start us in the morning, and then we will see those clouds increase throughout the course of today, bringing us those afternoon thunderstorms. Now, if you are making your way out there, just make sure that you are bringing your rain gear with you. We are expecting to see winds come out of the west at 5 to 10 miles an hour throughout the course of today as well. Now, as we take a look ahead into the next, into Vail by the hour, Partly cloudy skies first thing this morning, cloud coverage increasing as we approach the afternoon, and then we will see those scattered showers and thunderstorms start into the later afternoon and continue into the evening. So if you have a dog at home who's scared of that thunder, just be prepared for that. Now, as we take a look at that I-70 corridor, the temperatures down in Denver are nice and warm. 78 degrees, beautiful sunshine down there. 68 in Vail with a 50% chance of moisture. 71 in Avon with a 50% chance of precipitation. 74 in Eagle with a 40% chance of moisture. So here in Eagle County, that nice little low pressure system moving in, bringing us that precipitation. As we take a look at Vail overnight tonight, temperatures are cooling down to 38 degrees is our overnight low. 30% chance of rainfall, partly cloudy skies. That sun still continuing to set later by the day. 8:20 p.m. is when we're going to see that sun go down. Wind shifting directions coming out of the north-northeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour throughout the course of tonight. Now, as we take a look ahead into the next 5 days, we are expecting increased chances of afternoon thunderstorms tomorrow. 60% chance of precipitation, high of 67 degrees, 68 on Wednesday with a 50% chance of moisture. Now, by Thursday, 70 degrees is our high with a 40% chance of precipitation. That's going to continue into Friday with 71, 40% chance of moisture, and then mostly sunny skies on Saturday, high of 69, 20% chance of precipitation. We love to see all of this moisture coming our way. It is increasing our river flows, so we do just want to remind everyone to stay nice and safe, and especially if you're taking your dogs or your children down by the river. Now we're going to take a short break, and when we come back from the break, we've got more Good Morning Vail, so stay tuned.
Good Morning Vail.
Here at Sun and Ski Sports, we are all about having the best summer adventures. Our full-service bike shop is here to help you get back on the saddle with services ranging from simple tire changes, full bike overhauls, and rentals. If trail running, hiking, or trips to the lake are your thing, our expert staff will fit you in the best performing footwear or clothing. And don't forget about a relaxing day on the water with our stand-up paddleboard rentals. Call Sun and Ski Sports in Avon or Dillon today, or learn more at sunandski.com/CO.
Hi, it's Maddie from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you" on Channel 92? Because we're always bringing you more Good Morning Vail every day from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More scoreboard updates every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. More Good Day Vail, 2 back-to-back episodes daily at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. More news segments and shows highlighting our local community. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or on our website at tv8vail.com. Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. A new segment that we're introducing is the Best of Ceci Zak, where we're going to show you some of our wonderful little segments from the Good Day Vail show. Now, she had a chance to sit down with the Vail Valley Partnership, and so we're going to be featuring that in this segment. Let's take a look.
So, Mike and Chris, thank you so much for coming in today in your busy schedule. And one of the things that I love to share with our viewers is why Vail? Our viewers are really keen on, what inspires you about this county and this area. So, Chris, how long have you been here? What keeps you here? And, what inspires you about Vail Valley?
Yeah, thank you. It's such a great baseline foundational question for anyone who's here in Eagle County. And when you say Vail, I think Eagle County.
Yes,
and I think the entire Eagle River Valley from Dotsero all the way to Vail Pass, because we really are one economic region, one watershed. Our neighbors live in Gypsum or live in Vail, they live in Avon or they live in Edwards. Those are the people we go to school with and we see at the post office and we work with and everything else. And what brought me here is simple, like very many people. I came for the mountains, I came for the outdoor recreation, I came for the skiing. I always wanted to be in Colorado. I came to school at the University of Colorado, and when I finished up my 4 years there in Boulder, I ended up in Vail because I loved to ski here. I loved the access. I loved the community. And I've been very fortunate to be here ever since, being able to grow a career and raise a family and do all the things that I hope others have the same opportunity to do.
Love that. And Mike, sort of similar situation.
Yeah, some similarities. I originally came from Oklahoma, born and raised there, and had been coming to Colorado with my family for many, many years growing up. So already loved the state. And when I graduated from Oklahoma State University a long time ago in 1990, decided with a group of fellow ex-students to come to Colorado, started in Aspen. Was really going to be there for probably 6 months to a year and decided that, it's just so lovely and a great place to be that I made it a permanent habit. And I came to Eagle County in the Vail Valley about 25 years ago. I've worked for one company, a community bank, Alpine Bank, great company with wonderful people. And that was another reason that that career kept me in Colorado. So, not only the recreation, but really over the years, the community, the chance to serve the community, building a family here over time. Yeah, it's was a 6 or 12 month stint that turned into 32 years.
Well, what I love, and the two of you have a great example of how you've able to build not your life here, but also your career here. And Mike, you're the regional president for 3 different counties here in the mountains, which is just extraordinary because you just said you've been with Alpine for that duration of time. Mm-hmm. Chris, tell us a little bit about your professional career and how you've been able to build that here.
Yeah, the unique thing about running a Chamber of Commerce, such as the Vail Valley Partnership, is that very few people go to school and say, I want to be a Chamber of Commerce executive. I want to run a Chamber of Commerce. Most people don't know what that even is as they're going through their schooling and their education. For me, I came up through hospitality. I worked for Vail Resorts. For a short period, I worked in the hotel and hospitality industry for a number of years. But I was always involved in the community, and I was always volunteering, and I was looking for opportunities to engage outside the 4 walls of the business that I worked for, and was fortunate enough to be able to find Vail Valley Partnership's predecessor organization, yes, the Chamber and Tourism Bureau, and be able to connect with like-minded professionals and be able to serve on a few different committees. So when a job became available at the partnership, I raised my hand really quickly and said, that's a place I really want to be, to have a bigger impact and a more community impact and be even more engaged in the community. So I was really driven coming up through the hospitality industry and the importance of hospitality to our community, certainly our economic driver and about half of our jobs. But I always kind of in the back of my head wanted more community and wanted more community engagement and involvement and being able to help all the small businesses that exist here. In a community like Eagle County and the Vail Valley, where 90% of our businesses have fewer than 20 employees.
So what is the total number of businesses then?
It's about 2,600 in the
Wow.
Eagle River Valley.
Okay.
About 2,600 businesses, and again, 90% of those fewer than 20 or fewer employees, and 80% of them 10 or fewer employees. So we are driven by small businesses. And when the opportunity at the Chamber came open, I really wanted to be able to serve those businesses and help those businesses in what is a challenging business environment.
Extraordinary business environment.
Extraordinary and challenging.
So help our viewers understand what Vail Valley Partnership is, because you've mentioned Chamber, you mentioned a predecessor. I know you rebranded, I think it was in 2007, to Vail Valley Partnership. Help us understand the totality of the organization that you represent.
Yeah, and I'll keep it relatively short because I think it's a long history. So we were incorporated in 1964.
Oh my gosh, that's before...
That's before the town of Vail.
Wow.
As an example. So we're incorporated in 1964 as the Vail Resort Association and grew and changed and morphed over time. The Vail Valley Tourism and Convention Bureau, Vail Valley Chamber and Tourism Bureau, lots of different acronyms. In 2007, we really, our Board of Governors really set forth an aspirational path for us to be the partnership to incorporate economic development, Chamber of Commerce, and tourism services.
Yeah.
And really put all of that umbrella under one organization with an aspirational position to have a bigger impact on our community and help our businesses across all those different sectors that drive our businesses and drive our community.
Wow, that's awesome. And I love the name too, because it really is a partnership. One of the things I've learned in the short time I've been here is that this community is extraordinary, and everyone wants to help everyone, no matter what the objective is. And somehow these partnerships, and I don't mean to use your name, but the community partner, somehow they get aligned incentives. And from where I come from in the healthcare industry, the incentives are never aligned with the people in the ecosystem. So it's such a delight for me to come in and to also talk to you all and showcase the partnerships, which, Mike, that's where you come in. You, being a representative, a senior executive at Alpine Bank, have been a supporter of VVP for a wide variety of years and a wide variety of roles. Mm-hmm. So why? What and why?
Well, the then Vail Chamber was one of the first organizations that I became involved with when I came to the Vail Valley in 1996. I served as what they called then an ambassador. So I was with a group of like-minded young professionals. So I literally saw the chamber grow over the years as the communities grew and as the business communities grew. Fast forward to just a few years ago, under Chris's leadership, I've become one of the Vail Valley Partnership Board of Governors, and I'm very proud to serve there. But it is a wonderful organization in terms of not only having a group of businesses, a wide variety of businesses represented within the Vail Valley, but also engaged with the community, with the business community on any variety of projects, programs, and topics that pertain to all of our industries.
So, Chris, you mentioned how many businesses were part. What is the number of employees does that represent?
Yeah, so there's a total of about 35,000 in the workforce in Eagle County. About 30,000, just over 30,000 in the Eagle River Valley, from Dotsero to Vail. Our membership makes up over 80% of that workforce. So the businesses who are and organizations that are members of the Vail Valley Partnership equates to about 80% of our workforce. So we really have a wide swath of industries and geographies and different business sectors represented under the partnership umbrella.
And how much of that does Vail Resorts represent?
Yeah, Vail Resorts is our largest employer.
Okay.
They have more employees than anybody else. For obvious reasons. They're our economic driver, and they require a lot of workforce to run those resorts and those mountains and those hotels and other businesses that they're involved in. So as a total, they probably make up just over 10% or 12% of our local workforce.
Okay, but that's it. To me, that's smaller than what I would have
Yeah,
anticipated.
and it might be a little bit higher because those numbers aren't public, so
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
but I have a good idea.
Okay. So with that, gentlemen, I would just love to understand what is the mission. If you could briefly, before we go on to station break, what's the mission of EVP?
Yeah, I think we should quiz our board member, Mike Brown, on what our mission is to see if he has it memorized. I tease a little bit. Our mission is actually really straightforward. We have a 2-word mission statement, and our mission is to lead collaboration. That is what we do. That is our true north. How do we lead collaboration through our programs and our advocacy and the things that we do?
They always give us so much great information about what's taking place here in our community, and that's why we always love having Chris Romer on, and of course Mike, because they just have all of this information to maybe help you understand kind of all of the bigger pictures that we have going on. Now, we're going to take a short break from the show, but we are going to come back and check in with more of the best of Ceci Zak so we can continue this fabulous conversation, so make sure that you stay tuned.
Good Morning Vail.
Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you into Rugs Benedict to come explore our 12,000 square foot showroom. We've been serving the Vail Valley for over 50 years now with flooring needs. And we inventory a ton of product from Carpet One to provide the very best values, highest style. We just built a warehouse, 15,000 square foot warehouse in gypsum. So we have over 120 different broadloom carpets. We have a lot of waterproof wood flooring, things that we can install right away. We have employee installers, a lifetime installation warranty. Many of them have been with us for decades and they're true craftsmen in their work. They're absolutely extraordinary at installing any of the flooring that we provide. We also have over 1,000 area rugs in stock right now. And they start at 2x3s. I could bring these into the studio today, but they go all the way up to 12x16s. And we have them hanging on the racks just like shopping for clothing. So it's very easy for you to just flip through, see what's available. We'll deliver them to your house so you can check out how they look in your space with your lighting, all different sizes, all different shapes, some things that are going to be a little bit more contemporary as well as tribal, traditional, all the latest and greatest looks. We have things that are hand knotted, silk, woolen silk options, all the way down to some machine-made indoor-outdoor type rugs. So really anything that you're looking for your business, for your home, for a rental, Rugs Benedict can provide it. And one thing I consistently hear when people leave our showroom is, that was so easy, thank you so much. So we make the process very easy. Come in, take a look, and we'd love to offer you a free estimate. Look forward to seeing you in our showroom.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Time to rise and shine? There's no better way to start your day off than with the Good Morning Vail crew. You asked for more and TV8 delivered. Good Morning Vail is here for you with your local news, sports, weather, and community events every morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. No matter the season, we give you a reason to watch, so grab your coffee and join the fun. Live stream us at tv8vail.com or on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. And remember, there's more for you on 92.
Good Morning Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We're going to introduce you to one of those incredible local businesses that we have here. We have this great segment called Glitz and Glam with Gretchen, where you can really find those maybe self-care tips that you need. And the Revival Spa is a great place to do so. Now it's located over in the Riverwalk of Edwards, and Gretchen had some time to sit down and chat with them about some of the wonderful things that they offer to the public over there. So let's take a look.
Welcome to the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. I'm your host, Gretchen Pleshaw. I'm here in beautiful Edwards, Colorado, Revival Boutique and Med Spa. Welcome back to the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. I'm so excited to be at Revival Boutique and Spa. It is so beautiful here in the heart of Edwards, Colorado with one of my favorite human beings, Jessica Ballantyne. How are you doing, Jess?
Hi, Gretchen. I'm so good. Thank you so much for having me. I so appreciate it. This is awesome.
I love this because she is such a beautiful human being inside and out. And this space is stunning. It makes me feel so good to be in here. The calming energy, the presence here is just a fun place to be. And I have to be honest, I have been a customer for many a year. So whenever someone says I look good, I have to say it's because of you. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Well, you're gorgeous. That's what we want to promote. And thank you for expanding upon the whole the energy and vibe, because that's something that we definitely focus on here, and that was really important to me when opening up something like this. I wanted to really stay away from the clinical vibe, that kind of sterile, feeling or aesthetic, and really wanted it to feel like a comforting space to hang out where women and men can feel safe, and where really it's kind of like a hangout, but you're really just trying to help, make yourself feel better, look better, whatever it is that you can do to, take care of yourself, really.
And I love that about you, because it's such a stunning space, and it is a boutique and medical spa, and so many things that you have here really make you shine from the inside out. And I love that you really focus on that moment. It is about the mind, body, and beauty, like we always say. It is. And the whole concept of revival, coming back to life, becoming this like phoenix again from the ashes, and coming back and feeling your beautiful self. And I know so many people, I won't drop names, that come here, many people that I'm friends with. And what are some of the things that you guys do here at Revival?
Yeah, well, we are, to speak to the whole thing, we are HIPAA compliant, so we never share anyone's information in terms of who comes here. We really try to make sure we keep people's anonymity safe. And although we do really think it's important for us to really feel good and be honest and unapologetic about what we do here, and to make women and men feel good about the fact that when you see someone walking down the street that looks good, or you think that their skin looks great, they probably did something to work on it. Right. Just like when you go to the gym, if somebody has a great physique, they've probably done something to be active with it. So some of the things we offer here are injectables. We do neuromodulators like Botox and Jeuveau. We also offer fillers, which we can work on the lips, the cheeks, chin, anything to kind of help reestablish what's been lost over time with age. We really try to focus on maintaining your natural aesthetic. We don't want to make you look different, but maybe the whole kind of like, wow, you look good, what did you do?
Kind
Not
of
like, what did you do?
Yes,
exactly, refresh. That's perfect. So we also offer radio frequency microneedling to help with collagen and tightening elastin. We offer laser resurfacing. We do photofacial treatments that help with pigment and vascularity. We also offer chemical peels, facials for the more relaxing vibe. We give the best facial in town, if you ask me.
I love it.
We really focus on pampering, we also offer M-Sculpt, which is one of my favorite treatments that helps to build muscle as well as destroying fat. So it actually taps into your fat reserves to help build that metabolic response and build muscle, which is something that we lose over time as well. Is really important to us here. It's not just about the aesthetic. It's actually about us really feeling good and being stronger, better endurance. Yeah.
Well, and I love that you said that too. It's about the health piece as well. And we were talking off camera a little bit that you can look beautiful and you can eat well, whatever. But if you're not, it's important to do every single piece of it: mind, body, soul, beauty, all of it,
It's a holistic approach. You have to kind of think about all the things, and that's something we really focus on here. We also offer the Emcella chair, which is something that actually helps with urinary incontinence.
Wow.
It helps with something called diastasis, it helps with pelvic floor strengthening. The M-Sculpt helps with diastasis recti, which is something that's helpful for women who have had babies, who their basically abdomen kind of separates.
Wow.
But the Emcella chair helps with urinary incontinence. It helps with erectile dysfunction with men, and also urinary incontinence in men as well. Men who have had prostatectomies or had issues with their prostate, with prostate cancer, things like this. So it can help bring back a quality of life, because it really affects us in our daily, activities and how comfortable we feel if we're running down the street, or as we're like jumping on the trampoline with our kids, or working out, or laughing too hard. And so again, it's really about focusing on how we feel and how we show up in life, and having confidence. And when we look good, we feel good. When we feel good, good, we also look good. Like, as you said, kind of like
Right.
emanating that radiance from the inside out. Yeah.
I love that. You are such a powerful woman, and
Aw.
you are. You
Well, we
truly
all are, you know, women and men, and that's one thing
That's-
that we try to focus on is like the community. We really are all one. We all have this amazing essence within us,
Yes.
you know. So if we can bring that about within each other, and another thing about coming in here that I love is like the healing power of touch. It's so
Yes.
incredible how healing and powerful it is, you know, when you can have like just a little bit of that something or other, you know, just
Yes.
in a day. Like, that was what was so hard during the pandemic, people having to like, you know, separate or stand off. And
Right.
as soon as we opened back up, it was like people flocked in here. We needed that interaction, and we needed to feel good about ourselves. And some of that comes from obviously like feeling good about ourselves from within, but
Right.
you know, we want to work on things outwardly too, and that's okay. And again, being
Yes.
unapologetic about it and doing what makes us feel good.
I love that you said that, unapologetically yourself, and feeling it's okay to look good and feel good. And
Yes.
everyone wants to feel that and have that moment. And I also love that you said men coming in here as well, because I feel like, especially maybe in our town, people don't, oh, that's not true. A lot of men want to look good and feel good too. Why is that any different than women? So I know you're an open space for everyone, and I love that as well. Yeah.
Yep. He, she, they, all of the
Yes.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever, you know, whatever makes you feel good. I feel like as long as you have integrity and good intentions behind
Right.
what you're doing, you're not harming others. There's nothing wrong with whatever you're pursuing or desiring, whether it's activity, whether it's something in aesthetics, or
Right.
you know, something that you want to do to maintain. And we all have different ways of being, right? Like
100.
our styles, our
Yes.
vibes, like
Yes.
all of those things. Like, we should all feel really good about the uniqueness of ourselves and empower each other to do that and build it up, you know?
And I think that's what I love so much about you guys, the space, Revival as well, the mind, body, and beauty, because truly you touch base, like you just said, on every single piece of that. And when people leave here, you're really making them feel like the best versions of themselves. So you're changing
our hope.
the world 1% at a time. Not to sound cheesy, but it's truth. Just making people shine in a different way.
Totally. It's the little things that we can do. You know, sometimes, like in the space of our world right now, things seem overwhelming.
Yes.
I try to really kind of stay away from the news because it does seem, but I think what we can do one day at a time, just the little things, the little efforts that we can do to touch others and to like send love out, you know, into our space in our world, you know, that's what we can do. We can focus on the little things one step at a time. Yeah.
Jessica, you're amazing. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you. You're
talking to
amazing
us
too.
today. And keep it right here for more of Glitz and Glam with Gretchen.
Thanks, Gretchen.
I think that self-care is the best way for you to take care of yourself, and especially since we're in this lull of the seasons where things have slowed down, you should make that time for yourself to go over to one of these fabulous spas and get some more information and maybe participate in any of the wonderful treatments. Well, they've got more treatments that we're going to talk about here in just a little bit, so make sure that you stay tuned for more Glitz and Glam on this edition of Good Morning Vail. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good Morning Vail.
Hi there. Today on Good Day Vail, we're going to be talking with three phenomenal ladies from the Vail Valley Vixens. We will talk about the cycling club and all of the value that it brings to its members in the community. So please come back and watch Good Day Vail. See you soon.
We want women to come out and ride with us, to find others, to be connected, to find cycling approachable, and to find it fun. Like, let's have fun and let's get together. Things we offer are things from being on the bike, connecting with our community sponsors, which is a lot of fun, doing social events, as well as challenging them ourselves on large rides. So we are available for all ages. If someone's new to the Valley and they're younger, it's like come and learn from women who are established in the Valley, who have done a lot of the events and activities and adventures, and add that adventure, to your life.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Vail Skin and Lashes, located in the heart of Avon, offers a full array of aesthetic and medical treatments and services. We feature only the highest quality products in an upscale medical-grade skincare boutique. Experience this luxurious, welcoming, and inviting environment. We are dedicated to providing expert personalized care, artistry, wellness, beauty. That's Vail Skin and Lashes Medical Spa.
Join us on the Leadville Railroad. This fun-filled train ride takes you and your family on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for a half-day trip of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Book your adventure on the Leadville Railroad today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good Morning Vail.
Let's take another look at that local weather forecast for today. We are expecting to see those temperatures warm up just a little bit. 49 degrees around 8 a.m., a high of 68 throughout the course of today. 50% chance of rain is likely. Partly cloudy skies starting us off this morning. Afternoon thunderstorms are likely, and we're going to see winds come out of the west at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now, as we take a look at Vail by the hour, you can see that sunshine making its way out first thing this morning. A little bit more cloud coverage around that 12 o'clock hour, and then as we approach the later afternoon into this evening, that's when we're going to see those thunderstorms make their way out and those temperatures start to cool down just a little bit. Now, as we take a look at that I-70 corridor, the temperatures down in Denver are nice and warm. 78 degrees, beautiful sunshine in Denver. 68 in Vail with a 50% chance of precipitation. 71 in Avon, 50% chance of moisture. 74 in Eagle with a 40% chance of precipitation. So right here in Eagle County, we are expecting to see that little low pressure system move into the afternoon. Now, as we take a look at Vail overnight tonight, temperatures are cooling down to 38 degrees is our overnight low. 30% chance of rainfall, partly cloudy skies, that sun setting just a little bit later by the day. 6:20 p.m. is when we're going to see that go down. Wind shifting directions coming out of the northeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now, as we take a look ahead into the next 5 days, we're expecting to see some more precipitation come our way. Afternoon thunderstorms are likely with a 60% chance of precipitation tomorrow. High of 67, 68 on Wednesday with a 50% chance of moisture. 70 on Thursday with a 40% chance of precipitation, 71 on Friday with a 40% chance of moisture, and then continuing into Saturday, mostly sunny skies, 20% chance of precipitation. So if you are making your way out throughout the course of the next 5 days, make sure that you're layering up your sunscreen, but you're also bringing that rain jacket with you. Now, we want to thank Sun and Ski Sports for bringing you this weather report this morning. If you're looking for a great place to go shopping for any of your indoor or outdoor needs, well, then they've got you covered. Now, we're going to shift gears a little bit, and we're going to make our way down to Minturn, where Mark and I had the chance to do some fly fishing, and we're going to go through the process of getting into fly fishing. So let's take a look.
Hey everybody, Mark Sassi here. I hosted TV8. I also run Minturn Anglers. I got Maddie Evans. Y'all know her from TV8. We get to work together really one day a week. It's not enough, but whenever I'm in there, Maddie and I always we kind of get drawn to fly fishing. I give a fly fishing report. We talk about what's happening on the rivers. And I feel like, I mean, you can pipe in, but you've learned a fair amount.
Hopper droppers, keep them wet, make sure the river temperatures are appropriate so you're not killing fish left and right. Water levels, cubic feet, basketballs in the river. I got it. Let's do this.
Yeah, okay, you're good. So she has the basic understanding, but she wants to go fishing. And really what we want to do is educate everybody today on soup to nuts what it takes to go out on a fly fishing trip. Whether you're a beginner or you know how to fish, there's a lot of things you have to take into account. So for starters, we get suited up in waders and boots. So Maddie's going to drift on back here. She's going to try on her waders and boots. And once we get these on and we're sure that they fit all right, we're going to take it to the river. And things you have to take into account when you're going fly fishing, as opposed to kind of traditional fishing where you just use a spinning rod and a lure, you have to think about where you're going to fish in the river, because our fish with flies only hang out in certain areas. What flies to use, make sure you're using the proper knots, and also you make sure you're using the right rod and you're casting it the right way. So not just about Maddie trying to look good and trying to stay dry, but there's a lot more that goes into it. But this is step one. Middle of the summer.
How are we doing on these waders?
I think you're pretty good. How do they? I mean, they're not bad.
All right, cool.
They're not bad.
All right.
So, in the middle of the summer, you don't necessarily need to wear waders because the water temperatures, like we've talked about, Maddie, are warm, right?
Right.
And the water levels are low. So you could actually wet wade where you would wear a pair of sandals or those wading boots and no waders. But in the colder months or when the water levels are up or colder, it's good to be able to wear waders to protect yourself. But I think to fit the part, instead of seeing Maddie splashing around in her little Daisy Dukes, we're putting her in waders today to make it right, start to finish. And we're doing good. How are those doing? Good?
Great.
She's wearing Reddington waders. These are Corker's wading boots with a BOA system, which is that quick lacing system with a speed dial. Pretty handy. And she's waterproof all the way from her chest all the way down to her toes, as long as there's no leaks in those waders. But you're good to go. They got a pocket here. There's a pocket on the inside, waterproof if you want to bring your cell phone. But most people don't bring very much with them except maybe a cell phone and some sunscreen.
Right.
The guides are going to have, you say right like you know.
I don't know.
You don't need to bring much. We get people that show up here at the shop and they take their wallet out and they have their car keys and their tablet and their pager and all this other stuff that when you're in the river, it's about disconnecting with everything so you can reconnect with the natural surroundings that we have.
You know people that are still using pagers?
Maybe. I can't tell anybody that though.
Okay, well.
Burner phones, whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
You don't need much except for, and also the guides also will airdrop or send your photos. You don't need to bring a phone if you don't want to. Disconnect to
That's
reconnect
simple.
Is what it's all about. You got that?
Yeah, that's simple. I love to disconnect.
Sunscreen, a normal hat to protect your eyes and your face from the sun and also from flies flying around, and also a good pair of sunglasses.
Perfect.
Okay, preferably polarized, so you can actually see more into the water, so you may be able to see the targets that you're actually fishing at.
I think that now we've done this, I'm suited up. I think you should get suited up.
So let's pick her up and throw her in the river. Let's see if she stays dry. Okay, I'll get suited up.
All right, you get suited up, and then I think we should make our way down to the river so you can teach me so much more about fly fishing.
We're going to go through all the basics. Why we have these bugs. Why do I have to cast the rod that way? And show me a knot. But we'll go through it all. This is fly fishing with TV8. We'll be right back.
It was a ton of fun to sit down and go through kind of all of the steps that it takes to become a fly fisher. And so we're going to continue on our fly fishing adventure with Mark Sassi down at Minturn Anglers. We're going to take a short break, so stick around because you're going to want to learn some of these great tips and tricks that he has for us.
Good Morning Vail.
It's that time of the morning where we're talking Sun and Ski product of the week. Now I've got the Thule Subterra carry-on bag right here in front of me. This is a great bag if you're traveling a little bit light because this is meant to be a carry-on bag. You can see it's great wheels to take you through the airport, making it nice and convenient. But then you go ahead and open it up and it's got two wonderful compartments going to fit everything that you need for your fun adventure out of town. Then of course it has this wonderful pocket right here that you can open up, and once you open it up, it has this nice little mesh pocket keeping everything close by and easily accessible for you as you're making your way through airport security or as you're making your way on the plane. Now with the size of this, like I said, it's the perfect carry-on size. Many airlines will appreciate this as the carry-on size, so you can definitely check it out. You can go to any one of our convenient Sun and Ski Sports locations to get your hands on it, or you can go to sunandski.com, and that way you can order it and deliver it right to your door. We want to thank Sun and Ski Sports for sponsoring this product of the week. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
I'm Clinton Griffiths, the host of Ag Day Television. Get the latest news about crops, livestock, rural living, and so much more from our award-winning team. Follow the food you eat from the field to the store to your table every day, because what's happening on the farm matters to you and your family. Watch Ag Day weekdays.
Hi, it's Maddie from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you" on Channel 92? Because we're always bringing you more Good Morning Vail every day from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More scoreboard updates every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. More Good Day Vail, 2 back-to-back episodes daily at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. More news segments and shows highlighting our local community. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or on our website at tv8vail.com.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh and healthy foods for the active outdoor lifestyle. Stream online at tv8vail.com or find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on 92.
Good Morning Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, if you would love to get into fly fishing, there are some things that they like to teach you over at Minturn Anglers. And so we were kind of gearing up, putting our nice waders on and our boots so that we'd stay dry because that water was a little bit chilly. Now, what we're going to do is learn how to tie some knots. Now, Mark is walking me through all of these nice steps so that I could get out there and start fly fishing on the river. So let's take a look at some fly fishing knots.
Welcome back to a nice little segment called Fly Fishing with Maddie. That's not what it's officially called, but I think that's the direction it's heading. Trying to fly fish with Maddie. Anyway, so you got your gear. You're good on the waders and boots, right?
Good.
Now, so the next step of it, and this is a piece that really, for most people that go on a fishing trip, this is kind of the understood that they don't worry about. The guides take care of all of it, okay? They're going to tie your knots. They're going to select your flies for you. You don't need to do any of that. But there's also people that go on these fishing trips that want to treat it more like a school.
Yeah.
So they want to know how to tie that knot and what flies to use and why do you select those flies. So I think it's kind of, if people are watching for the first time and they're trying to decide if the fishing thing is for them or not, this will help kind of open up those questions for yourselves and say, do I want to learn more about this, or do I want to have the guide just do it for me? So that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to show you the bugs.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to tie a knot and go from there. What are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking that there's a lot of pretty things going on right here.
Isn't there? Isn't it wild?
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. Some bug mimics going on here.
Bug mimics.
Yeah.
Imitators.
Yeah, and
So-
I'm just ready to learn some loop,
Okay.
swoop, and polling.
Loop, swoop, and pollen. So, we've talked about this before. I think you and I have. All the bugs, well, 99% of the bugs that the fish eat all come from the bottom of the river. So all these start as a tiny little larva, like a let's just say like a butterfly larva. Okay, a little larva. Then they make a cocoon around their bodies in the rocks in the river, and then over the course of 365 days, they gestate and they get bigger. And then when they're ready to become a fuzzy fly, which is an adult version, they will climb out of their cocoon, they'll float to the surface of the river, and then they'll sit on top of the water for a little bit of time as they dry their wings off. Then they'll go off and fly around. They'll look for their mate, they'll reproduce. The male will return to the river and die. The female will return to the river, lay her eggs, and then she'll return to the river and die. And they're really out of the rocks as an adult for about 24 hours, and then that's it. So their life cycle is really weird. It's just a short-lived life when they're out. They're in the rocks for most of their lives. So we have bugs that imitate the larva, we have bugs that imitate the bugs that emerge, and we have bugs that imitate the ones that sit on top that are dry flies.
So you have the whole life cycle of the bug here.
Yeah.
Which makes it nice and convenient. That way when you want to fish, you know what you're using.
Well, yeah, and you just pay attention to what's happening on the river at the certain times of the year.
Bug expert.
You read the fishing reports. You just kind of, you earn this knowledge and you gain it over time. Right now, this time of the year, with the water temperatures being warm and low, we're seeing a lot of the surface bugs, a lot of the dry flies, the adults.
Right.
So if you're riding your bike around Vail, or you're going for a hike up on a mountain in Beaver Creek and there's little bugs everywhere, chances are if you're near water, they're not mosquitoes or house flies or horse flies. They're either going to be caddis flies, mayflies, or stone flies. And they don't bite. They just fly around and get in your hair and get in your eyes. But
And annoy you.
Yeah.
Their job is to annoy you.
they pretty much are, kind of like what you do with me. Same idea.
All right, let's
Okay.
learn how to tie
All right,
some
so
knots.
so with that being said,
Mhm.
this time of the year, like we talked about it before, we're starting to see the terrestrial bugs, which are going to be your ants. And what else is another bug that comes from the land that ends up in the water by accident? They're big, they fly around, they hop around. How about that? They hop around.
Maybe a grasshopper.
So grasshoppers now leading into the cooler months towards the end of the summer and the fall. There's a lot of grasshoppers until we see 1 or 2 frosts, and then the grasshoppers will go off and die. But until then, grasshopper fishing. Let's grab one of these. And there's a bunch of different grasshoppers. See the big thighs on these guys? Like,
Yeah.
size and color are the most common 2 factors when you're picking any bugs, but with a grasshopper, it floats, it's made of foam, it's going to sit on top of the water. And fish love these because it's a big morsel of food compared to something that size, right?
Right.
So this gives them a lot of energy.
What if you catch like a live grasshopper and you put it on the hook? Does that work?
I mean, you might be able to do it, but probably since they're delicate, it might,
Just shatter?
you cast it out and it might break off,
Got
you know?
it.
But they would probably come up and eat it. And then off of this, you would tie some material and you'd have a second little bug down low, floating down in the water column deeper. Hopper, dropper.
Wow. I knew the name. I never knew the science behind the name. And now I've learned the actual reason for the hopper dropper.
Yeah, and I think right now, the fishing that will do the best, would be most productive, would be a hopper.
Okay.
Hoppers also will substitute for basically a bobber for fly fishing, which is called a strike indicator. And a strike indicator, I didn't bring one, but it's a small round ball that you tie onto your fly line in case you're fishing down in the rocks with your flies that sink, then you'll know if a fish eats it. But when you're fishing with a hopper, this can actually double as a strike indicator because you're going to have another fly tied down here. And if they eat this one will go under. So it acts like a bobber too, right?
That's nice and
Yeah.
convenient.
Yeah, it is.
Less things that you need.
You're
the
killing,
more you know.
yeah, exactly. And they do come up and eat these right now. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to end up fishing with a hopper and maybe a small dropper. But I want to tie a knot with you first, okay?
Right.
Just to show you basic knots.
Cool.
So there's a couple knots that we use to tie all of our gear together. When you're tying the fly on, whether it's a hopper or any of these other flies, and this is going to be
The fly.
the fly, right?
Okay.
So then that's going to be where you tie the line
All right.
on, right?
This is the line?
And this is going to be the line. This is the perfect size for you, okay?
Yeah, it
So you can
is.
see it, we can work down, because she said doesn't have a lot of dexterity in those small little giraffe hands of hers.
My dainty fingers, they're just not the best for these tiny
So you're going to
little
practice.
stuff.
I'm going to show you what we do.
Okay.
So you put it through, okay? Then you're going to take the little tag end. This is obviously attached to your rod, so you can't
Right.
do anything with that, right? You're going to wrap it around, they say 5 times, okay? But we'll just do it a couple times, 2 or 3 times to get the effect.
Okay.
5 times, then you put it back through the hole that you started, right?
Okay.
You want to wet it down with some spit or some water from the river, okay? And then you're going to slide it right up against the eye of the hook.
Wow. Okay.
And then you trim this piece off, not too close. This is called a clinch knot. There's another way to make it a little more stable. It's called the improved clinch knot, but that's the basic knot that we use.
Okay.
You going on a guided trip, unless you want to learn how to do it, you're never going to have to do that with any guide service anywhere. They do it all for you, okay?
But I think part of the thing about doing the guide service, and maybe for some, is that they get to learn, so they can take themselves out and do this later, and so learn the skills.
Well, that's the whole thing, right? If you have people that just come out here once a year and they live in the city and they don't get a chance to do this very often, they're not going to probably do it at home. But people that maybe live here, that are interested in it, that want to embrace the outdoors a little bit more. Okay.
1, 2.
So far, so good.
3.
3.
I did 3 like you.
No, wait, where did you? Okay, you're good there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, mine's not as pretty, but it works.
Okay, so let's just say that's your clinch knot. Okay. Now we're going to
Do it in
we're
real
going to do
life?
it on a little more scale. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you the basics on how to do this too. Okay. We're going to take a bigger fly because it has a bigger hole on it. Okay.
Mhm.
We're going to put it through the hole, right?
Right.
Like we did on that one. And then we're going to hold the fly. See how I'm stabilizing it right here? Wrap it around. Once again, I'm just going to do it 3 times. So you see how I keep this taut in my hand though? It makes it easier to wrap it around, right? Then I
Right.
just grab and pass my fingers around. And then I'm going to pass it through wherever that hole is there, right in through the first hole that I made. There it is. There.
Made like a microscope.
And then you wet it down, you slide it up, and then you trim that off, okay?
Okay.
Clinch knot. There's a lot of different knots you can use, but this is probably one of the most common, okay? You want to see if she can do it? Here you go. It doesn't have to be pretty.
Well, it's not going to be pretty.
Well, here's the deal. Like, while you're doing that, I'm going to let people know, like, the knots are part of the four quarters of fly fishing, I like to call it. You have the first quarter, which is casting the rod the right way. The second piece is selecting the right bugs. The third piece is fishing in the right spot. And the fourth piece is making sure that you're using the right knots and that they're seated and that they hold, because you could have 3/4 of everything working, but if a fish comes up and bites your fly and you lose it because the knot didn't hold, then even though you had the right fly in the right spot, casting it the right way, this has to work for you too, or you're SOL basically. Got it?
Yeah, I almost got the hook in my hand, but I did it.
Okay, you did do it.
I did it.
So that's a clinch knot, okay?
Got it. All right, so now that we've gone through the flies, we've learned some knots.
I'll tell you what,
get in the water?
we'll go. I'll go grab a fishing rod, and
Okay.
we'll maybe just talk about some of the basics.
Okay.
I think what's going to happen is, though, we probably won't like legitimately fish in this area, because it does get it gets a lot of pressure from kids and dogs and rocks and everything.
Right. We're just
So
gonna
I think
learn.
we'll go do the basics on the cast and a few things you can work on, and then probably for the next segment we'll actually go to another part of the Eagle River where we know there's fish, where we can catch fish. Okay, so we'll be right back.
Good Morning Vail.
Join us on the Leadville Railroad. This fun-filled train ride takes you and your family on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for a half-day trip of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Book your adventure on the Leadville Railroad today at leadvillerailroad.com.
If you haven't seen Good Day Vail lately, here's what you've been missing. I'm Ceci Zak, and I'm the host of Good Day Vail, and you can find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92 or on our website at tva8vail.com and on YouTube. We're here to serve the Vail Valley, and we look forward to sharing our story with all of you.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning into TV8's Good Morning Vail for hour number 2. Now, we've got some exciting things taking place on the show for the next hour, and we're excited to be here each and every morning for our new 2-hour block. I'm your in-studio host this morning, Maddie Evans, and we've got, like I said, some wonderful things happening, but we've got some great national holidays to celebrate today. The first one being Buy a Musical Instrument Day. So if you're someone who's always wanted to pick up that musical instrument and maybe start learning it, well, then today's a great day to do so. It's also a National Boss Babes Day, and we introduced you to some Boss Babes from Revival Spa earlier in the show, and we're going to go back and introduce you to some more of the Boss Babes that they have over there. We're also going to continue our fly fishing adventures with the one and only Mark Sassi down at Minturn Anglers, as well as check back in with Ceci Zak from Good Day Vail and Chris Romer and talk more about some of the things that take place here in our community. So we've got a great hour left in store for you. We're, of course, going to give you a look at that local weather forecast here in just a moment, but we do want to talk about some of the wonderful things that are taking place in the upcoming days and in the upcoming weekend. So this weekend is Memorial Day weekend, and that means that Blues, Brews, and Barbecues is kicking off its summer activities up in Beaver Creek. So if you are looking for something to do with the family this Memorial Day, well, then you can go up to Beaver Creek, participate in Blues, Brews, and Barbecues. This is a great way to eat some delicious food, listen to some great music, and just have a ton of fun. It's also a great way to get out there and run into a bunch of your friends and family that you maybe haven't seen in a long time, because we have such a rich community filled with bringing everyone together. So make sure that you go to beavercreek.com/events for more information on Blues, Brews, and Barbecues. Now, something else we want to talk about is the Vail Rec District has their Whitewater race series taking place tomorrow. Now, we only have a couple left in this season for these whitewater races, so if you have not yet gone over to check it out and see what all the fun's about, well, then we highly recommend you do so. It kicks off on the covered bridge and it makes its way all the way down to the International Bridge. Now, this is a great way to spectate because people are in their kayaks, they're in two-people rafts, or they're on stand-up paddle boards, and our river flows right now are insane. So to have these people out there doing this for your entertainment is just a ton of fun to watch. Now, we are very close to the GoPro Mountain Games kicking off. We are 17 days away, so make sure that you go online and you register for any of those events and activities that you want, and you buy your tickets to all the wonderful concerts that they're bringing to our community for the kickoff, Vail's official kickoff to summer. Beaver Creek says this weekend, GoPro Mountain Games is going to come before we know it, and actually it's 16 days, 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 29 seconds as of 2 seconds ago. So make sure that you check this out. It is pros versus Joes out on these incredible courses that they have, whether you want to do some biking, some running, some rafting, whatever it is, they've got something for you. And now they're going to increase their fly fishing, which is really fun since we were talking a lot about fly fishing this morning. Or you can see some highline slacklining, which is something that's really impressive. Now let's take a look at that local weather forecast for today. We are expecting to see those temperatures progressively warm up. 49 degrees around 8 a.m. High of 68, 50% chance of precipitation, partly cloudy skies. Afternoon thunderstorms are likely. Winds coming out of the west at 5 to 10 miles an hour throughout the course of today. So if you are getting out there to do anything, make sure that you're layering up your sunscreen, even though we are going to see some cloud coverage, but also make sure that you have that rain gear with you because of those afternoon thunderstorms. Now, as we take a look at Vail by the hour, partly cloudy skies kicking us off first thing this morning. Partly cloudy skies as we continue into the early afternoon, and that's when we're going to see a slight increase in cloud coverage. And then into the later afternoon, scattered thunderstorms is likely with a few showers as we approach this evening. Now, as we take a look at that I-70 corridor, the temperatures down in Denver are nice and warm. 78 degrees, beautiful sunshine down there. 68 in Vail with a 50% chance of moisture. 71 in Avon with a 50% chance of precipitation. 74 in Eagle with a 40% chance of moisture. So here in Eagle County, we are expecting to see that slight low pressure system sit above us come this afternoon. So if you are traveling along that I-70 corridor, just give yourself some extra travel time since we do see some standing water throughout this part of the I-70 corridor. Now, as we take a look at Vail overnight tonight, temperatures are cooling down. 38 degrees is our overnight low. 30 30% chance of rainfall continuing into overnight tonight. Now we are expecting to see that sunset at 8:20 p.m., so just a little bit later each and every day. And we will see winds come out of the northeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour throughout the course of this evening, so a slight breeze continuing. As we take a look ahead into the next 5 days, tomorrow increased chances of precipitation, and that's going to continue throughout the course of the weekend. So 60% chance of, 60% chance of precipitation tomorrow. Afternoon thunderstorms are likely. Afternoon showers on Wednesday with a 50% chance of precipitation. 40% chance of moisture on Thursday and Friday, and then decreasing to a 20% chance of precipitation. We will see those temperatures start to reach up into the low 70s by Thursday and Friday, which is going to make it feel nice and warm and maybe even a little bit humid out there. With all this precipitation that we're seeing, it's going to help take some of that smoke out of the sky and those pollens. So if you're someone struggling with your allergies, then this precipitation is exactly what we need. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back from the break, we've got more Good Morning Vail, so stay tuned.
Good Morning Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Well, then make sure you tune in every day at 6:30 and 10:30 p.m. to catch The Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns: Park City, Utah, Vail, Colorado, and Reno, Tahoe. I'll be your host, Maddie Evans, and I can't wait to see you there.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these 2 luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Good Morning Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, earlier in the show, we introduced you to Ceci Zak, who hosts Good Day Vail and the Best of Ceci. And one of the fabulous segments that we got to show you was her chatting with Chris Romer and Mike, who are incredible leaders here in our community. And so we're going to check back in with them. That way we can learn more about what's happening in our community right now. Let's take a look.
Chris, when we just left, we talked about the mission of Vail Valley Partnership. Now, help me understand a little bit more about the goals of the organization.
Yeah, our goals, I would point first to our vision, which is community vitality, because the goals build up to that vision of community vitality. And the idea that we have three kind of buckets, if you will, and they're integrated and they're connected. But we have three roles that we play in the community. One is tourism services and group sales and destination marketing efforts to support our largest industry sector, to support the businesses that rely on our tourism sector, and working closely with all the different stakeholders there. Number two is the Chamber of Commerce. And the Chamber of Commerce is the genesis of who we are as an organization, and it's the business services. It's existing to serve the businesses and provide them the tools and the programs and the resources to succeed in this place. And the third is economic development, and that idea of economic vitality and supporting small businesses and new businesses and growth of existing businesses, and providing a voice for all of our businesses from an advocacy standpoint and a legislative standpoint. And so those three efforts, tourism and chamber, business services, and economic development, data and research and resources, connect to the umbrella that is Vail Valley Partnership. So those are kind of the three big buckets, all leading to that idea of community vitality, and how do we, through our efforts and through our team and through our board of governors and our volunteers, help make this community more attainable and accessible and more livable, and give businesses the opportunity to thrive and employ people and grow and do all the things that we want successful communities to do.
So you'd mentioned the three buckets. So that's how you're organized. Tell us a little bit about how you're funded, because clearly you need the resources to be able to pull this off.
Yeah, we do. And so we have three buckets of funding as well. That's not exactly aligned with the three programs of work, but one is membership dues. And about a third of our revenue comes from membership, businesses and organizations opting in to be a partner and to participate in our programs, which leads to the second revenue bucket, which is our programming. We run a variety of leadership programs and workforce programs and different initiatives for people to engage with the organization and have opportunities for their staff to engage and be involved and receive workforce training and things along those lines. So that's our second bucket of funding, is our programming. And the third bucket is contracts for services rendered. So we contract with organizations for administrative services to run programs such as the EGE Air Alliance, to run and coordinate group sales in partnership with Beaver Creek Resort Company and the Vail Local Marketing District. So these contracts for services where we provide a specific service to an entity and they contract with us every year to fulfill those duties. That's our third bucket of funding. So most of the funding comes from those three buckets. Then we have a few miscellaneous programs and things that we do. But that's the buckets of funding, and it's actually breaks out pretty close to about a third each.
Okay. So Mike, now you represent one of the members, personally and from the bank's perspective as well. How do you use all of the amazing tools that the organization has to offer the community?
I'll try to be brief. I mean, the direct benefit, I think, comes from something Chris just mentioned, programs that deal with the attraction, retention, and development of our employees, career-wise, which is
something that we need now in this valley. We need it throughout the United States.
Always needed, but probably more than ever.
Now,
yeah, and career-wise, which is the apprenticeship program administered through the Vail Valley Partnership, but it is a partnership also including Colorado Mountain College, as well as the local school district and companies, where we take in apprentices who are interested in various professions like banking or lodging or construction. Also, Vail Valley Works, again, administered through the partnership, which provides leadership programs for employees. I have a few employees within Alpine Bank who are part of that program and who are benefiting from it. There are also community forums on the state of the economy, on specific areas like construction and housing, that a lot of business owners have benefited from, to go to learn and to discuss with other businesses and business leaders about what's going on in our valley, both presently and in the future. And then, of course, there are a number of areas where the partnership has been a key advocate and collaborator with the community. The newly formed Regional Transit Authority, which is long-term going to benefit
it's my understanding
our employees and so forth.
Well, VVP was instrumental in helping, educate and then ultimately getting the momentum to
Right.
pass the bill. So
Right.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, that's fine. And then finally, I think about the EGE Airlines, which Chris just mentioned. That's a group of businesses and business representatives working together to attract more flights and more business to and from the Eagle County Regional Airport. And that is a benefit to all of our businesses, including mine, my customers, and so forth.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. And, as a businesswoman by trade, I find everything that you're offering, Chris, just absolutely extraordinary. I mean, it just is top notch. How can individuals get involved with VVP and what you have to offer?
Yeah, simply reach out to us. We can be found on any of the social channels. We can be found at our website at vailvalleypartnership.com. You can come by the office at the Riverwalk. You can call us. Whatever works best for you, reach out to us. We have... can
I interrupt for a second?
Please.
Do I have to be an employee of one of your members, or can I become a member on my own?
Yeah, individuals can join.
Okay.
So we have a community membership to allow individuals to join, and certainly businesses are able to join, and all of their employees then are eligible to participate and engage in our programming. So we have an open door policy, right? Everyone's welcome in our proverbial big tent. Because we really want to represent sole entrepreneurs, and we want to represent small businesses and big businesses and emerging businesses and new businesses. The opportunity exists. We have a program advisory council. We have an economic leadership council. These are things that anyone can engage in and participate in. We have leads groups. We have after-hour events. We have a lot of opportunities for people to grow their networks, expand their networks, not just the training programs Mike mentioned, but their professional network and their social network as well.
There's a lot of, I don't know if I could call them retired, because I don't think most of our community members ever want to retire. But if you had a tip to provide to the community that have had significant business or economic experience, how would you like to see them be involved as volunteers?
Yeah, interestingly, at the partnership, unlike a lot of nonprofits, we're not looking for a lot of people to donate their time or their money with the organization. What we would love for them to do is engage where it's meaningful to them. So stay involved with our Economic Development Committee, or stay involved with some of the task forces that we have on specific topics, and find ways to give back and engage in ways that are meaningful to you, and mentorship opportunities and business support services, or even something that is not our program, but I think is very beneficial to our business community, the Small Business Development Center, to be able to help coach and mentor emerging businesses and startup businesses. So if you reach out to us, we're happy to point you in the direction that most aligns with your interest and your background and your skill sets.
Yeah. So Mike, you had talked a little bit about how you utilize some of the fabulous tools at VVP. When we were talking earlier too, there was you were talking about some of the really impactful programs that the community. Now, you did mention the EGA Air Alliance. You did mention the regional transit. Is there anything else that comes to mind that the community should know that VVP had, probably an unspoken component to creating an impact in the community?
Well, I think being a part of the Vail Valley Partnership as a business, whatever your size of business, however many employees you have, whatever your industry is within the Vail Valley, I think that there are any number of programs that you will find as a business owner, whether it's to get knowledge about the business community, whether it's to learn what's going on economically, within the Vail Valley, whether it's to avail yourselves, depending upon the size of your business, of programs that the Vail Valley Partnership is working on now or helping to facilitate, such as insurance programs and so forth. Or, as I said, and I've benefited from this through Alpine Bank, development of employees, especially your young leaders. I think there's just a variety of things that the partnership has developed over time that will benefit the knowledge and the success of businesses throughout the Valley.
And you mentioned insurance. For me to clarify for myself and the viewers, you're talking about health insurance, correct?
Correct.
And I would love just one, sentence about that initiative.
Yeah, I'll turn it over to
Yeah,
my partner.
I'll
here,
take- I'll take
he's,
that one.
He's been the man on the front lines with that.
Yeah, so we created the Mountain Healthcare Coalition.
Oh, wow.
Which is an entity, a healthcare purchasing collaborative, a purchasing alliance, and we created that and are going through the regulatory process with the state of Colorado in hopes of bringing a new, more affordable health insurance program to our community members and to our small businesses, as well as to our self-insured groups. So really trying to tackle it from all sides within the state regulatory process and system, working closely with our partners at Vail Health and working closely with insurance payer partners. And so we hope to bring that to the market here before too long.
Oh my God, that is so exhilarating. And we probably have to do another show on that, because that in itself is just something that the community needs to hear, that there are alternatives out there than Obamacare.
And this is a good example of why the VVP is an issue-oriented organization as well within the business community. Insurance is an area that, especially in the Rocky Mountains, is a very difficult issue for,
I can vouch for that.
yes, for Vail Valley employers and employees. Another issue is housing, very quickly. This is an area where Chris, his staff, the Board of Governors, as well as members, have very vocally supported efforts to include more housing within the area, because that's a huge issue for businesses and especially our employees.
I tell you, we've got another episode coming up between health insurance, housing. But gentlemen, thank you so much for your time, your wisdom, and your leadership within this community, because without the two of you, this wouldn't be happening. So,
Good Morning Vail.
Hello everyone, now is the time to refresh your floors. I'm Mandy Benedict. I'd love to invite you into our showroom to explore our 12,000 square foot showroom, where you can view all different floors installed, see what it looks like in a larger space. One of our greatest growing products is waterproof wood flooring, which for our environment with kids and dogs and ski boot and our mountain lifestyle, this is a great flooring option. I brought one of the planks with me today. They're nice, long, wide planks. They're embossed on grain, so they look beautiful, but they perform really well in our mountain lifestyle. We have all employee installers. They've been working for over a decade with us, and we have a lifetime installation warranty. So not only do we make sure that the client gets what they want, we know what this climate needs. We have beautiful reclaimed floors, herringbone, really anything that you're looking for to update your home or your business. We have it at Rugs Benedict. We provide free estimates. So come in and visit us in the store. We'd love to see you.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, earlier in the first hour, we took you over to the Revival Medical Spa in the Riverwalk at Edwards. Now, we're going to take you back over there to get some more information about some of the wonderful services that they offer. It is National Boss Babes Day, so we're going to continue to introduce you to some wonderful boss babes. Let's take a look.
I'm here with Ceci, who is a provider here at Revival. I am so excited to talk to you because I know off camera we've been talking a lot of things, all things beauty and just health, energy, and really what makes people glow from the outside, well, inside out, outside in, both.
Yeah, both. Goes both ways.
And yes, it does. And I love that you really take the time to get to know your patients and you really take those moments to hear, not only listen, but what we were saying, hear what they want and what you're going to do with them. Can you kind of, tell me a little bit?
Thank you so much for having me and having us here. Here at Revival, I hear a lot that our approach is different. You know, our clients come in, it's a really safe place for them. We don't take that lightly. We're so appreciative to have them come in here and trust us.
Right.
So like one of the things that we do, our consults, we take a full 45 minutes to really sit down with our clients, figure out their lifestyle, look at all aspects from physical activity to relationships to diet to we have them bring in their product lines with them, which is, I feel like, huge.
That's
a lot
such
of people,
a difference. Yeah, when you said that, that is kind of shocking but amazing because it makes complete sense, but I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah. So it's a full approach, you know, that we find, and everything is customizable. It's not a one size fits all.
Right.
So we really like to take that time and, you know, find the right approach and the right treatment.
And I love that you were saying earlier, kind of, you know, we were talking a little bit off camera again, but you were telling me that each person is so different, and especially in a valley like this where so many of us are so outdoorsy.
Absolutely.
That you can't just say, hey, you know, this is what or someone will even come in and say, I want this. And you'll really listen to them and say, you know what, I don't know if this is the best option for you, but here's X, Y, Z.
Or maybe not at this time in your life.
Right.
You know?
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, we want to get people set up. We want to see what, like I said, their physical activity is, what their skin type, what their goals are. And a lot of times it's steps to get there. So we like to take that time and look at the big picture.
I love that as well. And so you were kind of saying that it's an individualized situation here, right?
Absolutely.
And I love that you take the 45 minutes. What do you go over in those 45 minutes? What exactly, what would it look like? What would happen?
Well, I think one of the biggest things is we have somebody come in and we really like to start the consult and have them look and tell us their favorite aspects or what they love when they look at their face and what they see.
Okay.
So then it's kind of building on that and accentuating and adding to that and going from there.
I love the positive. That's amazing. Instead of, because I was thinking, you know, you come in and you're kind of like, oh, I don't like this.
We're not here to pick people apart.
Right.
Yeah, or judge.
I love that. Yes. Okay.
So it's building on that and then going from there and seeing what their goals are, what they would like to improve, how they see themselves getting there, what they're using as far as products at home. We're really big on using medical grade products. That's what's going to make the biggest difference in your skin, what you're doing day in and day out. So we go through all of that. We see what they're currently using, how we can help add or supplement to their, we look at their diet and lifestyle, what they're eating, how much water they're drinking, which is huge here.
I think that's, I love, not to interrupt you, but I think that's brilliant because I think so oftentimes people think, oh, one-stop shop, which it is, but you also have to keep on living the lifestyle that kind of allows that to keep on being, allows you to keep on shining and being beautiful.
And we want people to be active. We want, I mean, Jessica and I, we're huge sun lovers. We like to be out there, you know, but it's just protecting yourself and finding a way to do it. And then coming in here and we're able to help, you know, fix all the damage done with our treatment. So
I feel like I need that. I definitely, I mean, I'm in my 40s and I started getting sunspots. I'm like, what is this? What's happening? So
yeah, because you're living life. You're enjoying life. That's good. We don't want people to stop doing this.
I know. I think about that quite often. I'm like, we live here. You want to be in the mountains, but you want people to live their lives to the fullest, but also be conscious of these are the things you need to do.
And it's also, we're really big. It's not an all or nothing approach, right? Like you don't have to be all something. You can pick and choose your little things. I mean, I'm very big on what I eat and making sure what goes into my body is healthy and organic and natural, but I also get Botox. So it's like you can have the best of both worlds.
I love that you said that because I think so often people kind of do feel, oh, I'm so organic and I'm, you know, living this genuine healthy lifestyle, however, but it doesn't need to be a however. You can do both.
Yes, so we're big on that here, which I think our clients appreciate.
I love that. So another question I had for you, I'm just curious. I know you do so many different things here. What is your favorite treatment to have done to yourself and or to do to someone else? Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it totally depends on the space that I'm in.
Okay.
I mean, there can be times where, you know, a lot of our treatments can be a little bit uncomfortable, spicy,
Right.
maybe a little bit more
Spicy.
painful.
I love that word.
Yep. It's all about the way you present it, which give great results, right?
Right.
But maybe you're in a more fragile state. Maybe you're going through something in life that's really big and traumatic.
Yes.
And pain we store in the body in the same place, and different things can trigger it.
Right.
So maybe not a big laser is the right time for you.
Got
you
it.
know?
Yep.
So maybe it's more of a holistic approach and a holistic facial where you feel really good. There's no downtime. You're not causing anything painful.
Right.
Or maybe you're in a place where you're ready for something bigger. So it kind of just depends on where you're at. We look at all of that.
And that's huge. And so that is part of the 45 minutes too. Is
Absolutely.
so it is, you come in here and you get everything from your, well, there you go, mind, body, soul.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
everything. Your mind, body, and beauty. Because I think you're right. So often, so many of us come in here after we've been through major life things.
Absolutely, because you're wanting to feel good. You're wanting to look good
100%.
so that you
Yes.
feel good.
Right.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's so great. That is so awesome. And when did you start here?
I started after Jessica had been open for about a year.
Okay.
She's a dear friend of mine. I look up to her.
I
I'm
love
all
it.
about, you know, my belief is that we surround ourselves with females
Yes.
that are powerful and, you know, bring more to the table. And she's absolutely that person for me. I respect her as a human, as a mom, as a mother, and as a business owner. So it was a very easy decision for me to come over and be here with her and work in this space. We go way back. We have some history. So,
You guys are such powerful, beautiful women, and I love that
thank
she's
you.
tearing up even talking about this. And that's one thing I do want to say. When you come into this space, and yes, obviously I love these women all very deeply, but you do feel a sense of sisterhood, and you feel connected, you don't feel judged, and you feel so calm.
I am
and I think
so happy that you say that.
100%.
That's huge for us.
Yes, Jessica and I have talked about this for a long time. When I first came in, I was just kind of all over the place, and she calmed me in like 50 seconds, and I'm like, I like it here.
It's a safe place.
It is a safe
I mean,
space,
you know, Jessica laughs at me because there are mornings I feel overwhelmed. I'm a single mom to a 4-year-old and trying to get him to preschool, and it's like, I just need to get to work, you know? And she's like, that's crazy that you feel that way, but it's a safe place, not just for our clients, but for us as providers and employees here. So I'm glad that you feel that.
100%. Well, I want to say thank you guys so much. This was such a moment, and truly, I want everyone to know that when you come in here, you feel so good from the inside out, and
That's everything.
I'm excited to come back. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Well, we'll be excited to have you.
Thank you so much. It was so nice to talk to you.
Thank you, Gretchen.
And keep it right here for more of the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen.
Good Morning Vail.
It's that time of the morning where we're talking Sun and Ski Product of the Week. Now, here we've got a great trail running shoe. It's the men's North Face Summit Vective Pro. If you're looking for a shoe to get out there and hit those trails all season long, then this is the shoe for you. It's breathable, comfortable, and high cushion. It has a rocker midsole geometry, which you can see right here in that, allowing you to push off of your toes just a little bit stronger. It's got innovative foam technology on the inside of the shoe, which we'll show you right now. This way you can be nice and comfortable as you're hitting those trails. It also has carbon fiber plates in it for stabilization. So if you're an avid trail runner, then this is the shoe for you. Not only does it have all of these wonderful features, but it's got some nice tread on the bottom of the sole to help you out there as you're hitting the trails. Now, if you know someone or yourself, if you're a trail runner, well then make sure that you head over to Sun and Ski Sports to get your hands on these fabulous shoes. You can also head over to their website at sunandski.com. That way you can get more information on the shoes and order them in your correct size. We want to thank Sun and Ski Sports for bringing you this product of the week. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch. 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Time to rise and shine? There's no better way to start your day off than with the Good Morning Vail crew. You asked for more and TV8 delivered. Good Morning Vail is here for you with your local news, sports, weather, and community events every morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. No matter the season, we give you a reason to watch, so grab your coffee and join the fun. Live stream us at tv8vail.com or on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. And remember, there's more for you on 92.
Good Morning Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Let's take another look at that local weather forecast for today. Now, we are expecting to see some clouds roll into the afternoon, bringing us that increased chance of precipitation. 49 degrees first thing this morning, high of 68, 50% chance of rainfall, partly cloudy skies. Like I said, this morning, afternoon thunderstorms are likely, winds coming out of the west at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now, as we take a look at Vail by the hour, you can see that sunshine out and about and then cloud coverage rolling in, bringing us those scattered afternoon thunderstorms with a few showers as we approach this evening. That high is going to take place between that 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock hour. So if you are getting out there to do anything, just make sure you're layering up your sunscreen, but also bring that nice rain jacket with you. Now, as we take a look at that I-70 corridor, the temperatures down in Denver are nice and warm. 78 degrees down there, beautiful sunshine. They have a high pressure system sitting above them currently. Now, 68 in Vail with a 50% chance of moisture, 71 in Avon with a 50% chance of precipitation, 74 in Eagle with a 40% chance of moisture. Now, we have a low pressure system making its way in above this I-70 corridor here in Eagle County as we approach this evening and afternoon. Now, as we take a look at Vail overnight tonight, temperatures are cooling down. 38 degrees is our overnight low. 30% chance of rainfall, partly cloudy skies. That sun setting just a little bit later. 8:20 p.m. is when we're going to see that sun go down. Wind shifting directions coming out of the northeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour throughout the course of this evening. Now, as we take a look ahead into the next 5 days, 60% chance of afternoon thunderstorms taking place tomorrow with a high of 67, 68 on Wednesday with a 50% chance of moisture, 70 on Thursday with a 40% chance of precipitation, 71 on Friday, 40% chance of moisture, decreased chances of precipitation on Saturday, 20% chance, with some warmer temperatures, 69 degrees, mostly sunny skies. So throughout the course of the next 5 days, we will see that sunshine just a little bit, but we are going to see quite a bit of precipitation, which is super nice right now, and especially if you're someone who's struggling with the pollen and your allergies, because that kind of helps eliminate it with all that moisture. Now, we're going to take it back to the river with Mark Sassi and Minturn Anglers and do some more fly fishing, and this time we're actually going to get in the water, so let's take a look.
So we went through the knots, we went through the insects a little bit. Yeah. You're geared up, and now like the fourth piece of it all is, for one, you have a fly rod. We make sure we have the right flies tied onto it, and then we also try to figure out where in the river do you go and fish, because you can't just fish anywhere and expect to catch fish.
Right.
The fish congregate in certain areas for certain reasons, okay? So, if you were a fish in the middle of the summer, and you understand that warmer water temperatures
are unhealthy,
and you know that the water is colder the deeper you go, right?
And the more in the shade you are.
So if you were a fish, would you rather hang out in the shallow, sunny water, or maybe the shaded, maybe the deeper water?
Definitely the deeper water.
Okay. So that's one thing to think about. So when we stand here and you look around, there's certain places that are shaded and shallow, sunny and shallow, sunny and deep, shaded and deep. Anywhere for starters where there's deeper water, you're probably going to find fish, okay?
Right.
So keep that in mind when you fish. The guides obviously will take you out and show you where to cast and how to cast and what you're supposed to do with the rod to manipulate it to present the fly to the water so it looks as natural as possible to the fish.
Okay.
If you cast the rod out and your fly hits the water and then the current starts dragging your fly faster than the water's moving, it doesn't look natural. The fish probably won't eat it.
Right.
Okay? So we have a technique, it's called mending, where you actually create slack in your line after you cast it. So you get as long of a natural float with the speed of the current as you can with your fly.
Okay.
And mending is a big part of fishing with the dry flies. It's a big part also with the indicators and the nymphs, but it's more with the dry flies because they're so affected by all the currents, and they're honestly supposed to just sit on top of the water and float as calm as possible. Okay? On the flip side of that, flip side,
Got it.
if you're a grasshopper and you live in a tree or live on the shore, okay, let's just say Maddie's a grasshopper.
I'm a grasshopper.
She lives in the bushes.
I
And
live
she's
in the
on
bushes.
a branch, and the wind comes and knocks you off the branch into the water, okay?
I'm gonna panic to get out of there
Okay,
as quickly as
perfect.
possible.
So when you're fishing with a grasshopper, it's not as imperative for it to float as calm as possible because in real life, grasshoppers are panicking a little bit.
Right.
So they're gonna flutter around a little bit. So if that fly moves every once in a while, it's okay.
Okay.
All right? If you're fishing with a tiny little dry fly that is very well aware of being in the water, they're gonna sit perfectly still. So if you can't make that fly sit still, the fish is gonna know and it probably won't go up and eat it, okay?
Okay.
All right. With that being said, this is a short fly rod. This is a 7-foot 3-weight rod. Most of the rods we fish with are 9-foot 5 weights. That's pretty common. But for smaller water, smaller flies, this is a great rod, okay?
Okay.
Rods come in different stiffnesses like skis and golf club shafts, right?
Got it.
This one's got a real soft front end, so it's going to be real noodly, okay? They make rods that are much stiffer for different applications, okay?
Got it.
Okay, so once you figure out what the application is you're going to fish in, if you end up fishing down the road, then that's the direction you go with finding the right action for your rod, okay?
Got it.
Okay. We tied on the hopper.
It's pink.
Tied on the hopper. And what do we have behind it, Maddie?
The hook and a little dropper.
That's a dropper behind it, okay? So a hopper dropper. So this is going to float on the surface, and this one is going to sink down, a couple feet.
Okay.
Okay. If the fish eats that one, this one's going to disappear.
Got it.
Or the fish might actually come up and eat that.
Okay.
But first, I want to kind of show you a little bit of casting so you can
Okay.
kind of start with that. So let's come back over here. We're going to cast kind of in that direction, okay?
All right.
So, did
Got
you ever
it.
spin fish have you ever used a
Yeah.
spinning rod?
Yeah.
So really, with a spinning rod, Maddie, it's all about the weight of the lure that sends it out to the target, right?
Right.
Right, does that make sense?
Yeah.
All you do is press the button and cock your wrist and let it go.
Right.
With a fly rod, there's no weight built into these little flies, right? So you can't rely on the fly.
You got to rely on yourself.
You got to rely on yourself partially, but it's all about the casting motion to get the fly out to the target. So unlike spin fishing where you just go back and you whip it, you got to have a little rhythm to it, okay? It's not about power, it's about finesse.
Got it. All about the finesse.
Especially with a smaller rod in smaller water. So I'm going to pull out some of this fly line and show you some of the basics, okay?
Okay.
We bring it back and we just gently toss it out, right?
Okay.
And then you follow it. See that?
Yep.
We're not doing a lot of this. We don't need to. We'll pull out a little more fly line and we'll gently toss it out, okay? And we'll follow it. That's pretty natural, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If we need to do a mend, basically after you cast, you take the tip of the rod, picture it like a paintbrush, and you're going to paint your fly line into a backwards C with a fly line, okay? So like this. You go like this, and then we're going to go like that with it, right? See how we made a big loop now?
Yeah.
Now once we do that, the current's going to affect that first and not your fly. So when you're fly fishing, mending is a big piece of it all the time.
Good Morning Vail.
Welcome aboard! Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Hi there. On today's episode of Good Day Vail, we are thrilled to talk about the Vail Yeti. We will have Bill Foster, who's a veteran of the team and the captain, as well as the new owner, Kyle Forte. And we will talk about all things hockey and how you can have fun in this very affordable community activity. So join us today on Good Day Vail. And I'm Ceci Zak.
To be able to go somewhere and get the entertainment that you do, because it really is entertaining. The games are always usually pretty close. They're usually pretty high scoring. A lot of times there's hits. Sometimes, very occasionally, there's some fights and stuff. So it is a really entertaining product for kind of next to nothing. I think you're really providing something good to the community in a positive way. So we want to just grow on that and make sure that all the games are packed and make sure that we do have good community sponsors, because I think we did a really good job this year of, making sure we had somebody that we're giving back to every weekend. I think just grow it in any way that we can.
Here at Sun and Ski Sports, we are all about having the best summer adventures. Our full-service bike shop is here to help you get back on the saddle with services ranging from simple tire changes, full bike overhauls, and rentals. If trail running, hiking, or trips to the lake are your thing, our expert staff will fit you in the best performing footwear or clothing. And don't forget about a relaxing day on the water with our stand-up paddleboard rentals. Call Sun and Ski Sports in Avon or Dillon today, or learn more at sunandski.com/CO.
Join us on the Leadville Railroad. This fun-filled train ride takes you and your family on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for a half-day trip of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Book your adventure on the Leadville Railroad today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Vail Skin and Lashes, located in the heart of Avon, offers a full array of aesthetic and medical treatments and services. We feature only the highest quality products in an upscale medical-grade skincare boutique. Experience this luxurious, welcoming, and inviting environment. We are dedicated to providing expert personalized care, artistry, wellness, beauty. That's Vail Skin and Lashes Medical Spa.
Good Morning Vail.
We've been doing some fishing on the river with Mark Sassi from Minturn Anglers and one of our other fabulous hosts here on Good Morning Vail. Well, we're going to go back to the river and get some more tips and tricks of what you should be doing as you're making your way out there. We do want to note right now that the river flows are quite high, so it's better to fish from the banks than it is to actually get into the water. But let's take a look at us doing some fishing.
So
The mending.
Yeah, so mending is creating slack line in the line between your rod and the fly. So you cast it out, then you make a C backwards. Current's going to affect that first and not your fly. You cast it out, and you take the tip and make a little C. See that? Little C backwards. Little C. And then sometimes during one cast, you'll make 10 of these to keep creating slack. And depending upon what the current's doing, if there's an eddy and it's coming back at you, you'll do a downstream mend and then an upstream mend. You're always watching that fly to get it to be as natural as possible in the water. Okay. And we don't need to slam it down. Okay?
I got it. The
It's all
finesse.
about waiting and then just let it go out nice and easy.
Okay.
And then do a little mend, okay? Another suggestion for you, you make the cast, and then that line will go behind your finger, okay?
Okay.
If you get a bite, you lock that finger and you gently pick the rod tip up.
Okay.
And the fish will go the other way and they'll set the hook on themselves. You don't need to
Yank
pull
it.
the head off the fish.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, let's just try a little bit to start, okay?
Okay.
Nice and easy.
And I do it with the hand that I use as my dominant hand. correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to help you out. You go ahead, you can do one first. Okay. Point your rod tip where you want it to go. So picture
Okay.
over there, okay?
Right.
You don't need two hands. Get rid of that hand. Loosen up your shoulder, loosen up your elbow, and just go nice and easy up and nice and easy down, okay? One thing you're doing automatically, picture the face of a clock over your shoulder right here,
Okay.
right? There's midnight, there's noon.
Mm-hmm.
That's 10 o'clock. Look right here. 10, 2.
Uh-huh.
Try to stay between like 10 and 1-ish, okay?
Okay.
Front cast. You just came back to about 6 o'clock on the back cast.
Got it.
Okay, so try to stop up high and then put it right out there. It'll come out, it'll go out better, okay? Okay, a little bit, give it a little bit more of a, give it a little more pop off the water. Pop to stop, go. Better. Yeah, see that?
Okay.
And once you get that basic down, then you can try doing one of those mends. 3 o'clock, Maddie. Try one.
Watch out. I don't want to hit you with the...
You're okay. You got this.
It's, oh, no, it's not there. It's there.
Good.
It's there. It's there. Okay, I thought I lost it for a second. Oh, 3 o'clock, Mark.
That's better. That was better right there. Okay, so now while you're doing it, look up here and see where your rod is. So do your cast and see where you go. Go forward. There you go. Good.
Okay.
Okay. Put one out there and then do a little mend for me. And that's right. You just want to wiggle the tip of the rod just a little bit. One more time. Let me show you. If you pull it too hard, you're going to drag the fly, right?
Right.
So it's really just very subtle.
Okay.
Just the tip of the rod, okay?
Just a little C.
Little. Gentle C. There you go.
Okay.
But you want to make sure that you're seeing the C, right?
Right.
And we have that leader. Let me put a little more line out so you can actually see the fly line. Okay, now watch. Out there. See the C in the water right here?
Yeah.
Yep. So just make sure you're kind of
I gotta get my power stance on that.
That's we're falling. You don't need a power stance. Okay, maybe you do. Here you go.
I think the power stance brings some confidence in it.
Okay. Little men. Okay. Okay. Shoot more towards the camera. Okay. Okay. Now take this hand, let go of the fly line. Pull a little bit of line out with your hand out of the reel. Pull it out. Now pinch it off again. And then wiggle the tip and let that line come out. Okay, now do it again with a little more line, okay? Don't come back so far. The more line you keep out, the more line you cast with, the less far you have to come back.
Okay.
Okay? Because there you go. Good, 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 good. And try not to drag it if you can, all right? Now, if we didn't just stir all the water up with camera guys and with what's going on, there's a good chance with what you have happening right now that you possibly could catch a fish. But I think with what we're up against, probably not. But that's fine because this is a training camp of sorts, right?
Right.
I think the plan will be to approach this again with our next little installment with you actually on the water. I have all my stuff and we're actually going to go and fish, and we're going to fish until we catch fish.
I love it.
But this is just, here, pass me that. That's just one way to present, okay?
Okay.
I mean, there's times when you'll see people and they'll be doing a lot of this kind of stuff, right? They're going to carry a lot of line in the air, right?
Right.
To go really far, because that's the cool thing to do, because they all saw a river runs through it.
Right.
And you can mend that far too, like that, see? But you don't always have to fish far like that. You can always also fish nice and close. And this is a smaller, more wiggly rod, so fishing far like that, you lose a lot of control once you start incorporating a lot more distance into it. But there is a lot of different things that we can do, okay? So if the hopper dropper isn't working, oh, see that wiggle?
Yeah.
That could have been a fish. If the hopper dropper isn't working, then we're going to have more flies to find something that will work.
Okay.
Okay. What do you think so far about this whole fishing thing?
I think it's great until I have to touch the fish.
And that's part of it. That's why you have a fishing guide with you, right?
Right.
Or a net.
Well, that's why you're going to teach me.
Well, let me explain real quick. So, for me, since I've been kind of fishing for a long time, I have more enjoyment sometimes not actually fishing, but watching other people fish and catch fish. So that's another piece that people can get out of doing what we do.
Right.
Right?
Right.
It's about a way to disconnect and to be out on the river. It's pretty mesmerizing, isn't it? Peaceful?
It's so peaceful.
I saw fish rising over there. I thought maybe we could get it. So what do you say next up we actually go and do it all, okay?
I'm in.
You are?
I'm so in. Yeah, the journey has started. Now we have to finish it.
Yeah, but then that's the start. Once it's finished, it's started.
I know.
Because then you have to do it more.
Yeah, I'll just come hang out with you and have you take me.
I love it. Okay, I'm good. You good?
I'm good.
All right, everybody. Mark and Maddie, we'll be right back. Have a good day. Be safe. Don't fall.
Good Morning Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Good Morning Vail.
Let's take one final look at that local weather forecast for today. We are expecting to see those temperatures warm up. 49 degrees around 8 a.m., a high of 68. Now we are expecting to see increased chances of precipitation. So if you are making your way out there to do anything, just make sure that you've got that sunscreen with you, but that you're also bringing that rain gear with you. That way you can stay nice and dry out there. We are expecting to see winds come out of the west at 5 to 10 miles an hour throughout the course of today as well. So a slight breeze happening. Now as we take a look at Vail by the hour, you can see we're expecting to see a little bit of sunshine first thing this morning. Cloud coverage slowly rolling in, bringing us those scattered thunderstorms into the afternoon, and then some light showers as we approach the evening. Now, as we take a look at that I-70 corridor, the temperatures down in Denver are nice and warm. 78 degrees in Denver, beautiful sunshine down there. As we make our way up into the high country, that's when we're going to see that low pressure system make its way in, bringing us those increased chances of precipitation. Both here in Vail and Avon, 50% chance of rainfall. 40% chance of rainfall down in Eagle. So like I said, that nice little low pressure system sitting above that Eagle County I-70 corridor area. So just give yourself that extra travel time. Now temperatures tonight cooling down. 38 degrees is our overnight low. 30% chance of rainfall, partly cloudy skies, and that sun setting just a little bit later. We want to thank you so much for tuning in to this Monday edition of Good Morning Vail. We love getting to be here each and every morning, but get out there and have a great Monday, everyone.
Good Morning Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good Morning Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with